who are attuned to God's will know about his glory and his mighty acts. God's grace. The Lord upholds all those who fall and lift up all those who are bowed down. Psalm 105, verse 14. God's grace is promised to all, especially those who have fallen and need to be lifted up. His grace is sufficient no matter what is going on in a person's life. Not only does God lift up those who have fallen, but he does other things for them as well. He feeds those who are hungry. He comforts those who are weary. He gives help to the helpless. He gives hope to the hopeless. God's guarantee. Your kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and your dominion endures through all generations. Psalm 145, verse 13. God promises come with a guarantee. They surely shall be fulfilled. We can count on that. Father God, we thank you for your grace, your goodness, your glory, which are guaranteed. For you said your grace is sufficient for us. And we give you thanks and praise, so that we must be able to meditate upon some of those attributes that you have. Your greatness, your goodness, your glory, your grace, and your guarantee. And this we pray and ask in Jesus' most precious name. Amen.
Am I supposed to say amen or amen? I keep asking you that. This week you come with amen, next week you come with amen.
Well,
I don't know which one to use.
Amen, amen.
You keep puzzling me.
Your choice.
I must ask Bandy.
Are you following me? You don't follow me?
Follow you what?
You don't know which one you must say?
Yeah. You kind of have me all tied up.
Tied
Good morning, Grenada. Good morning, my beautiful people. How you doing this morning? Trust that you guys are having a wonderful day. Well, yeah, I'm doing all right. Yeah, they're gonna start saying on the live now. They always hearing you and not seeing you. Okay, so here's JD. Yeah, that's him right there. He's there. He wants to smile, but he's kind of holding it back, so he's gonna laugh, I guess. Yeah. So, how's your week, bro?
This is becoming hectic, trying to prepare lands for, to put into production. So it's a little bit hectic this year. And yeah.
I have a good question.
Yeah.
I think it's a good one. It's me playing smart too, anyway.
Yeah.
If a tree goes into production,
all right.
You'll get fruits, right?
Yeah.
And the fruits will turn into other trees, right?
Yeah. Of its kind.
Like a mango, well, you'll get mango trees.
You get mango trees, yeah.
A sauce up, you'll get sauce up trees.
Yeah.
But if you put land into production, what do you get? You get more land?
Production.
Ask your question. You get more land, yes or no? Okay. Do you get more land, yes or no?
The land is always there.
Man.
You get production.
What? But you just told me that when something goes into production, you get more. So you get more sauce up. So you're supposed to get more land.
You get. I guess where you're coming from. It's always there. You don't die. It's there. I'm here. You could do
if a female goes into production, you get more human beings.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So if land goes into production, you get more land.
More land. But how?
So if you start with half acre, you're supposed to end up with an acre and a half or 2 acres, right?
You just plan those things.
Say again?
You just plan those things.
No, I just came. How could I plan when I did not know what you were going to speak about? How could I plan it?
You know, in life, you must be very careful what you ask for.
More land?
No.
I want more land because I don't have no land.
What you ask for in life, you must be very, very, very careful at times in life. Hear this one. A couple, so the wife had to go to England for 2 weeks to do a study by a company. So when the husband dropped in on the airport, she asked him, "What do you want me to bring back for you?" He think, and he says, "All right, bring me back a London girl."
A London girl?
A London girl, yeah. She watched him, in this manner. So, board the flight, go and come back after 2 weeks. Came and he pick her up on the airport. And then he asked, how was your trip? He says, good. He looked around, he said, where's my gift? She said, what gift? Remember? He said, you remember the gift I told you I want, the London girl? She says, oh, that's what you're talking about? He says, yeah. Well, I got it. But I have to wait 9 months to know whether it's a boy or a girl.
What? Wow. Ooh.
Yeah, so you have to be careful what
Ouch.
you ask for in life.
Dang.
Yeah. Very, very
Wow.
careful what you ask for.
Mm.
So if you ask for Mulan, you might get Mulan. Yeah.
All right, so we're having Thaddeus Peters this morning, I think.
Okay, that's from
Pest management.
Pest management.
Yeah, so those of you who are listening or viewing, you can send questions via WhatsApp, yes. And you could also send questions via Facebook. I'll be happy to answer your questions here. So that is in relation to pest management. We're speaking to Mr. Thaddeus Peters. I think Thaddeus is the son of Marcel, right?
Yeah,
Marcel Peters, former Speaker of the House. Yeah. So we'll be having Thaddeus
He had
this
another
morning.
brother who used to work in agriculture too, but he's not retired.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
I know he's a brother who used to teach maths at McNair College. Keith Peters.
Okay.
KP. Yeah. He's a math teacher at McNair College for a period. I think he traveled to Canada? Yeah, I think he traveled to Canada. Keith Peters. So we'll be having Thaddeus this morning. And
Pest and
for a bit.
disease.
So we can link with him. You have your thing? We've got... I was just saying that we haven't had drumsticks. We haven't had drumsticks for the morning as yet. But you have your...
planting this.
No, you usually have a thing where you give advice
morning,
kind of thing. Huh?
Well, it might be a little lengthy because I said.
Well, you just cut it in half.
I was looking at, not say lengthy, I was looking at pollination of some of vegetables and so it might be a little thick.
So,
Not that lengthy, but at the same
if we
time.
take drumsticks,
Yes, take jumping, and by the time we take the weather, we could fit in. What time is 7:30?
7:30, 7:35 thereabouts, yeah?
Okay.
So what do you think? What are we going to do?
Well, drumstick, we take drumstick.
Take drumsticks. Okay, fine. Let's take that. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. Good morning to Mr. Andrew Donald. Good morning to Labella and good morning to Venetia. The reading from the Word of God, Psalm 1:1. Praise ye the Lord. I will praise the Lord with my whole heart in the assembly of the upright and in the congregation. The works of the Lord are great. Sort out all them that have pleasure therein. His work is honorable and gracious, and his righteousness endureth forever. Amen. This is the end of the scripture reading.
Very good. Amen. So what are you going to praise the Lord for today?
For everything.
Everything.
For life, for strength, for health, for sunshine,
Yeah.
for the rain, for everything.
Everything.
My children, friends, and family, enemies and neighbors.
And neighbors. You praying for your husband too?
Well, I can tell you yes, because I don't have one. Yes,
I feel this man want to propose to you. And every time you're talking about husband and husband and husband.
Well, she name everybody, she children, she did, she name, I just ask her,
Which what plants you have by your home?
Plants,
Plants,
like what? I don't have like vegetables and so.
sweet peppers.
No, I don't have plants. Normally, I'll probably go to the nursery.
Oh.
What are you looking for?
Well, if I get some sweet peppers or some potato plants.
Well, yeah, that you could get. Potato plants, I could get some of that for you, without a doubt.
Okay.
Yes, and a good day to plant potato would be next Saturday and Sunday.
Oh, okay.
Yes, 2 good days for below the ground.
Okay.
Next Saturday and Sunday. So how are you going to get it?
Well, I don't know. But I'm living in Upper Capital.
Upper Capital is where? Where is Upper Capital?
But I have a daughter that's working in Grenville.
Forget where your daughter working. The man ask you where you living. Why you stay where your daughter working?
Where's Upper Capital? Which one is Upper Capital?
When you leave Grenville and you come up, laddie, you come up straight up.
On the hill there?
No, but if you come up...
But where the police station is?
If you come Birch Grove area, if you come up Birch Grove, you come by the station and you come up straight.
By the police station?
Yeah, and then you come up the hill, your church up the road. But I'm not living up there, I'm living straight down. You have to come straight down and you have a place they call the Bukas.
You have to go down that hill?
Yeah, come down the hill.
Alright, because buses hardly pass inside, eh? I don't think buses.
No buses, if you want to come with buses, you have to pay $7.50 to come here. We are staying, you know.
$7.50? Oh,
yeah,
$2.50 plus $5 for, of route.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know, I don't know how.
Haha, and all you asking me why you come mal? You don't hear much I have to pay for bus and bus mad.
$7.50 to come inside here we are living, you know.
For bus, yeah.
Forget that.
$7.50 once you are load. $7.50.
Well, no, once not load, once you come in, what you mean the bus have to do of route. They charge you the fare plus $5. I could understand that sometimes, depending on, you know.
I'm not going to understand that. That is why I don't come in by all you.
You can buy gas.
I can buy gas to go quite there.
Oh, Lord.
There's a lady I know up there pretty well, I don't know if you know Miss Pierre.
Yes, they're my cousin.
Your cousin?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's good, that's good. I know her very well a lot of ages ago.
Mm-hmm, that's my cousin.
Yeah.
Yeah, tall lady.
Very tall,
Yeah.
slim.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's my cousin.
Good, beautiful. Should I say that?
Thomas,
Yes.
don't let that man come by you. Don't let that man come by you. Forget that.
So
I'll bring it up.
I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you.
What?
So think about that and then see how you gonna be. I don't know.
Well, how you gonna be? I will bring it up. Bring it for me. I'll bring it up.
All right.
I don't want you to go up there. Forget that.
Oh,
Sci-fi.
All right. So you good?
Yeah.
Hello?
yeah, I'm there.
You all right?
Yep, for the time.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, take care of yourself.
You have a nice day.
All right then. Great.
Yeah, bye.
Bye. Real 91.9, 91.5, www.realfmgrenada.com. Good morning, people.
It's close to the weather. I could go ahead and we could take the weather.
We have 2 minutes before the weather.
All right. I was doing.
So start, and then we break, take the weather,
Yeah.
and then come back. Yeah, go ahead.
No, a lot of people I realize now that pollination, especially with pumpkin and avocado, a lot of things, and you might see a lot of flowers. And now thinking, well, if I see how much flowers I should be getting, that amount in but it does not work so. So for instance, with pumpkin, is why so now you see a lot of flowers and then they drop off, all because of lack of pollination. And you might see small fruits, but sometimes they are aborted because of stress, hot and humid weather. And another issue could be lack of water, adequate water. Pumpkin are members of the cucurbit family, which includes squash, cantaloupe, watermelon, cucumbers, and all rely on bees for pollination. The male flower appears first and is straight and tall. The female are shorter with a tendril swelling, and they appear 2 weeks later after the male flower. So the male flower appear first. When the male flower appear first, that is to entice bees into the pollination route. If the weather is hot and humid, some plants will delay the female flowers, and too much nitrogen in the soil will produce plenty male flowers. And when the soil is flooded, it will damage the roots system. Planting too close together increases shade, which will affect how and when the pumpkins flower. Close competition also makes it difficult for bees to get to the blossom, so that when you plant it too thick, the bees will not be able to get into the blossom, so that's another problem. Pumpkin flower only open for about 6 hours from sunrise. Then the pollen are taken from the male to the female, and several visits has to be made to the female in order for successful pollination, because sometimes the bees might make one visit every 15 minutes. And if it's outside, it's too windy, stormy, and with the stormy weather, that will hinder the bees from coming to do the pollination. You could do horn pollination, but it has to be done between like the 10 a.m. when the flowers are open. Like in man, pumpkin leaves like something like to add to human beings. The male pumpkin produce the pollen stamen, like men would be doing semen, the male pumpkin would be stamen. When touched with a finger, the pollen will fall off. You take a small brush, a cotton swab, while at the whole flower, and transfer it to the female stigma. 8 hours of sunlight must help in the amount of the pollination in order to produce fruits. Yeah. So you might see a lot of flowers. You might say, well, I'm not seeing flowers. I'm not seeing fruit, but plenty of flowers. So you have to take into consideration some of those factors.
Okay, my brother. And that will be it? Is that?
Yes, that's it for on pumpkin.
Pumpkin?
Yeah, if you have more, you can do after the weather, probably. I do avocado.
Okay. We'll see what goes. Let's see what gives, right?
Yeah.
We're going to link for the weather friends. Stay with us.
And they forget agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want to sit down in computer. Agriculture. And they forget agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want to sit down in computer. You could live without clothes. And they forget agriculture. Everybody want to sit down in computer. I tell you just now, my brothers, all you go with them computers. Lord. We used to ship plenty nectars all the way down to Trinidad. During the revolution, we used to use up all the fruits that we had. When we could do nutmeg and banana was at the highest level. Now the youth them don't want to take over from the elders and continue. Oh, that's why everybody want to sit down in
23 minutes. It was supposed to be at 20 minutes after. He went on till 22. And then I was trying to find a young lady there who would give us the weather this morning. And of course, we did find her. And it's none other than Cecile Mitchell? Yeah, I think it is. Good morning.
Good morning, Andre.
It is Mitchell, right?
It is Mitchell.
Right. The lady with the two first names.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mitchell and Cecile.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good morning again, Andre, and good morning to all the listeners of Real FM. Firstly, let's find out what's driving today's weather pattern. The Atlantic high-pressure system remains dominant with a center of 1027 millibars. However, a weak perturbation embedded in the trade wind flow will support a mixed weather pattern, some sunshine, some clouds, and light brief showers. Overnight, expect increased cloudiness and showers. Currently at the Morris Bishop International Airport, it is a beautiful Thursday morning with fair conditions. The surface winds are blowing from an easterly direction at 15 miles per hour. The barometric pressure reads 1014.5 millibars. That's above normal and rising. Currently, the temperature is 27.0 degrees Celsius and the relative humidity stands at 76%. Yesterday's maximum temperature was 30.2 degrees Celsius and overnight the minimum was 26.1 degrees. Over the past 24 hours, 0.3 millimeters of rainfall was received here at the airport, and this brings the total for the month to 113.1 millimeters. Other automatic stations dispersed across the island reveal the following rainfall accumulations. Annandale 9.4 millimeters, Grande Tang 7.4, Mamikans 3.6 millimeters, Moran 3.2 millimeters, Mount Plaisir 4.2, Union 3.8, Harveyville 0.2, and Carriacou 0.4 millimeters. Here now is the public forecast, and that's valid for today and tonight for the state of Grenada. Weather conditions are expected to be mainly fair at first and windy, becoming partly cloudy with light daytime showers, increasing in cloudiness, and showers overnight. Maximum temperature 31.0 degrees Celsius. Winds east northeasterly to east southeasterly at 13 to 23 miles per hour, gusting higher at times. Seas moderate, waves 5 to 7 feet in northerly swells. Draft advisory is in effect. Tides are currently falling, low would be at 9:30 a.m., the next high at 4 p.m. Sunset 6:45. Just to recap the public forecast, and that's valid for today and tonight for the state of Grenada. Mainly fair at first and windy, becoming partly cloudy with light daytime showers, increasing in cloudiness and showers overnight. From the forecast desk here at the Morris Bishop International Airport, I am Cecile. Have a great Thursday and a wonderful weekend.
Thank you very much, Cecile. Do have yourself a pleasant day, my dear.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye. It's real. It's 91.9, 91.5, www.drealfmgrenada.com. Stay with us. We've got a bit of information for you in relation to adverts.
Ozone really gets it clean. Get with the Ozone family line of products. Ozone liquid laundry detergent, perfect for your semi or fully automatic washing machines, yet suitable for your hand wash, soft on your hands. Ozone disinfectant cleaner. It's the most powerful disinfectant and cleaner with a long-lasting fresh scent. Tackles every job around the house or office. Ozone detergent powder and ultra soft fabric softener gets your clothes clean with a natural freshness, keeps your colors bright. Choose from the wonderful scents, soft flower, ocean breeze, and the new aloe vera. Keep your kitchen sparkling clean with the Ozone dishwashing liquid, Ozone sponges, and cleaning cloth. Ozone toilet bowl cleaner removes lime scale and kills germs while giving your toilet a refreshing scent. Ozone really gets it clean. Marketed and distributed by Calico, Frequente St. George's, and are available at shops and supermarkets nationwide.
Who wants to save 30%? Everybody! Now more than ever, Flow understands the need to make your dollar stretch. Our new bundles can help you save 30% off your current bill. Plus, get a free speed upgrade on your in-home internet. Simply add your mobile to your current home services account and save 30%. It's easy. Sign up now and save. All on the most reliable fixed and mobile network on island. Visit a Flow store or call us at 1-800-804-2994 for more information. Flow, it only gets better. Terms and conditions apply.
Greens Concept introduces the latest innovation in air conditioning technology in Grenada, providing the most energy efficient, environmentally friendly air conditioning units in Grenada. Using a natural refrigerant, all air conditioning unit systems are up to 40% more energy efficient than the current units used in the Grenadian market. Powerful cooling while using less electricity and very inexpensive. That means more money in your pocket. We offer free delivery to all locations of installation and installed by top quality trained professional engineers with over 20 years experience in the business. Contact Greens Concept 417-5460 or 442-1663. Email greensconcept@gmail.com. At Greens Concept, we cool you and the planet.
Greens Concepts announces special prices on 18,000 and 24,000 BTU units. You have been saving on power, now save on prices. Call us today.
I'm Shadell Nayak Compton of Belmont Estate, and I've worked in the tourism industry in Grenada for 20 years, and I just love what I do. When COVID-19 halted business and I had to close my doors, it was so painful. Loss of income, loss of guests, loss of staff. Today, there's light again because of the COVID-19 vaccine. I listened to the scientists and to my trusted friends in the medical profession. I took the vaccine to get back to work and back to life. And because I care for myself and for each of you, I am only one. But together, we can get there.
St. Mark, the COVID-19 vaccination caravan is coming to you. Yes, you're invited to a vaccination information forum on Thursday, May 13th at 6 p.m. at Bonaire Government School. So come, get your questions answered, and remember to join your MP, the Honorable Clarice Modest Cowan, on Friday, May 14th at 1 p.m. at the Victoria Medical Station, where we will be hosting a special vaccination pop-up clinic. Walk with your ID and get your COVID-19 vaccine together with your MP, who will be taking her second shot of the vaccine at that time. Show up in your numbers and be counted. Let's show that St. Mark will do its part to protect each other and our beloved country from the deadly coronavirus. For more information, visit the St. Mark's constituency office at the Victoria Medical Station. St. Mark, let's get vaxxed. It's your best shot.
Yes, agriculture is the number one. Number one, that's the number one. Oh yes, the number one. It's the number one. Why you disown agriculture? I'm talking to the youths of this nation and those wicked politicians, like they want to structure the plan. Well, from to the revolution, agriculture was on top. Man jacked this and didn't do too bad. After that, you know the whole thing flop. Why? Everybody want to sit down in computer, and they forget agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want to sit down in computer, agriculture, and they forget agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want to sit down in computer. You could live without those, and they forget agriculture. Everybody want to sit down in computer. I tell you just now, my brothers, all you go with them computers. We used to ship plenty nectars all the way down to Trinidad during the revolution. We used to use up all the fruits that we had. When the cocoa, nutmeg and banana was at the highest level, now the youth them don't want to take over from the elders and continue. Oh, that's why everybody want to sit down in computer, and they forget agriculture. Oh yes, Everybody want to sit down in computer. Agriculture, and they forget agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want to sit down in computer. You put me through with a clothes, and they forget agriculture. Everybody want to sit down in computer. I tell you just now, my brothers, all you go read them computers. All over the world you go, agriculture is number one. We soil is so rich and pure, but the youths cannot understand. Well, are you education you have, man, still can ignore the soil. Everybody want to work in office, and I know the reason why. Yes, man, everybody want to sit down in computer, and they forget agriculture. Oh yes, everybody want to sit down in computer. Agriculture, and they forget agriculture. Everybody want to sit down in computer. You put me through with a clothes, and they forget agriculture. Everybody want to sit down in computer. Tell you just now, my brothers, all you go read them computers. Oh yes. All right.
It is real. It's 91.9, 91.5, www.drealfmgrenada.com. Good morning, Grenada. Good morning, Caribbean. Good morning to the world. Good morning to you once again, my brother JD. How you doing this morning?
Excellent.
Again, I have to ask you that. I have to continue asking that again. I need to make sure that I got myself on par here.
On target. Good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm fine.
Did you plant anything this weekend? This week gone by?
I'm just prepared, getting land cleared.
But every time I speak to you, getting land cleared, well, you ain't planting nothing.
No, I'm not planting yet, and I do. I help other farmers, so I'm just preparing some. Well, he planted yesterday, some of the things yesterday, and so I work along with other farmers, yes, helping them get preparing the land for them and getting plants down.
Okay.
So, and they get, most of them get my priority first, and then probably like in the morning, I'll go all in the morning, and then probably in the evening I come back and start clearing up.
You wake up very early in the morning, right?
Oh, very early, man, very early. I go to bed early and I get up early.
What time do you go to bed?
Sometimes I go to bed like 8, 9. I get to bed something 8, 9 o'clock. I get to bed.
8, 9?
By
89?
9.
Oh,
By
by 9. Okay, by 9. I
should
thought I'm like 8, 9. What do you mean by 8, 9?
I
Okay.
can be in bed, and sometimes I get up for 1:30 in the mornings. Yeah, get up in the morning, do certain things that I have to do, spiritual, my spiritual life and so on. Then when 5 o'clock I'm outside. Once it's not raining, catch me outside 5 o'clock.
Once it is not raining,
catch
you outside at 5 o'clock.
If it's raining, well, boy, showers, let it rain.
I like that. If it rain, let it rain.
Yeah, once that hour come for me to get out and it's rain, oh boy.
Well, this morning, we do have a guest. He's already up there. You can see him. He's Mr. Thaddeus Peters. And Thaddeus Peters, of course, works with the Ministry for Agriculture. He is working in the pest management unit. I think you know him, don't you?
Yeah, I know him pretty good.
Oh, okay, you know him pretty good. Yeah. So let's say, I think we already have him. Well, we have him up there already. Let's make sure that he's hearing us and we're hearing him. Good morning, Mr. Thaddeus Peters. How are you doing, sir?
Good morning. Are you hearing me?
Of course. This is Real FM. We don't make mistakes like that. This is Real FM, you know.
You gotta be real.
Yeah, you gotta be real. Is everything good?
Yes, everything is good for now. I'm not a regular on Skype, so I just wanted to make sure everything was
Yeah,
um,
everything is pretty okay there.
quite okay.
All right.
Okay. Yes. So
So
thanks for having me, and I hope we can look at a few things this morning. Good morning to your listeners across Grenada and elsewhere across the globe, and good morning to everybody.
all right. Okay, already somebody's asking if you can please give a shout out to Mina. She's doing a great job and getting info out on WhatsApp. So somebody's already speaking about that little short girl y'all have by you, the Thaddeus. You know her?
Short in size, but big otherwise.
Big otherwise. And the interesting thing is that you guys are from the same area because she's from Congo Tongue and you're from right there in Carrier. So you can just jump over the ravine and you reach there.
Yeah, just a stone throw.
A stone throw away. Anyway, nice to have you, Thaddeus. Nice to have you with us this morning. And I'm here to get at my good friend JD. JD is, well, I would say he's an agriculturist because he does quite a lot in relation to agriculture. And he's based in the Madeiz area. So I don't know, maybe you guys may have come in contact with each other at one point in time or another. JD, have you come in contact with
Yeah, many times.
Okay, so maybe you want to tell him who you are.
Yeah.
Well,
I think he can see you. He should be able to see you right now. Are you seeing him?
Yeah, I'm seeing the video, so I recognize the face.
Oh, you recognize the face. Great. So you see the man recognize the face. It's a good thing I put up video so people could recognize you.
Okay.
Yeah. So, Thaddeus, we're here this morning and we're going to be talking pest management, correct? Hello?
Yes, we will, yes.
Yes. All right. In a nutshell, to begin with, because when persons hear pest management, they may not exactly know what is pest management. So let us qualify first and foremost, what is pest management?
Well, yes, pest management. So we are now talking plant pest because, you can have pest, animal pest, and so on. So we are talking plant pest and disease. So when we say pest, it covers both pest and disease. We have the unit or the department in the Ministry of Agriculture that is the pest management unit. But pest management by itself is just all those measures that you can take to control, get rid of, eradicate any pest infestation that will incur or happen on your farm or in an area. So not necessarily limited to farms. So you can do area-wide, that means in an entire zone, or you can do it on smaller units, which most likely will be your farm. So that's the general concept. With regards to the unit within the Ministry of Agriculture, it's called the Pest Management Unit. Although technically, it's really the plant protection or the crop protection unit, quote unquote, legally.
Okay.
That's the in the legal documents, that's the reference, is the crop protection unit or the plant protection unit. But we have coined a different term to probably make it a little more related so persons can relate to it much better. We are called the Pest Management Unit of the Ministry of Agriculture. And our mandate is really to look at plant quarantine and crop protection. They are both crop protection in a sense, but plant quarantine is looked at separately. It's prevention or preventing the entry, in our case, into the country. So that's one approach. So prevention is better than cure. And then when you have an establishment of a pest, then we do the regular crop protection extension sort of service. Yeah, so
yes,
that's it.
Here's a question here. There's a question that just popped up when you started talking pest management and disease. A pest can cause a disease, correct?
Well, we tend to have it as two categories. So when you look at literature, most of the time pest is loosely used to describe both, because there are a lot of organisms that will cause disease or damage your crop. So you have insects, you have like rodents, which are vertebrate pests. Then you have diseases that are caused by microorganisms. So we're talking about bacteria, fungi, viruses, and so on. So normally disease will refer to those caused by the microorganisms, and pests tend to refer to those that are caused by insects or rodents, larger species.
Okay, so
sometimes you can be technical, sometimes you can just generalize and use the terms loosely. So based on the context.
All right, but a disease does not necessarily have to be a pest.
Yes, yes. In terms, it's a pest, because pest is any organism that can create harm or injury to a plant or a crop. So a disease is a pest, actually.
Okay, right. JD, you're not. I've confirmed now that you don't fall into that category. What else is the pest management unit responsible for? Or is there anything else? That's what should be the question. Is there anything else that you guys are responsible for outside of dealing with pests?
No, not really. But we sometimes involve in it's related to pests, but it's in terms of the bigger picture. For example, if you're looking at market access, that is trading agricultural products, we become a central figure in that whole setup, right? So, for example, sorry, my phone is just going off.
Yeah, it happens.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. For example, if somebody wants to export to a new market, agriculture produce, of course there may be restrictions on the other side. So the other country will have to liaise with the pest management unit to know what are the prevailing pests and disease on that crop. Then you may decide, okay, yes, we can let it in, but they will give instructions. What are the conditions under which they will allow it? And then we will be the ones on this side to verify that the exporter or the farmers follow the protocol that is established. So anytime there is market access request, the pest management unit at some stage becomes central before final clearance is given for export. And it happens in both directions.
Okay, now here's a question. Based on what you said, this question pops up. I get the impression that your pest management unit would work in collaboration with other organizations in order to achieve your goal, correct?
Yes.
So who are some of the other organizations that you're working with?
Okay, well, locally, our stakeholders go across, of course, from within the Ministry of Agriculture, the other divisions, exporters of fresh produce. So we're talking about the MNIB and all the other exporters. Other national agencies like customs, we have to work very closely with customs, the customs division, because all declarations coming in will first go to customs before it comes to, and if it's agriculture, then we step in. We will work with regional agencies, the usual ICAR, ICA. There is now CAFSA, which is one of our organizations we link directly to. That's the Caribbean Agricultural Health and Food Safety Agency based in Suriname. We will work with FAO out of their sub-regional office. There's another organization called CABI, which is a UK-based organization, but they have branches in Trinidad, Brazil, and so on. And so these are some of the main organizations that we'll work directly with. And of USDA, the United States Department of Agriculture, they're a close regional partner, across the Caribbean area to look at prevention of pest and disease. So the USDA APHIS, they have a sub-regional office in Trinidad. We'll work with them on issues. And there is an umbrella body for Caribbean plant protection called the Caribbean Plant Health Directors Forum. And they also, so they work, all these regional bodies work close together on a lot of issues. So there is to reduce duplication and so on.
What you've just spoken about leads us to the next one, which is plant quarantine, because that is what will be the main conversation, because we're managing pests in relation to crops. So the main thing is that we have to deal with a lot of plant quarantine. We must here, meaning in Grenada, have a plant quarantine act, correct?
Yes, the Plant Protection Act of 1986.
So can you speak to us about that here? Speak to us about what our in a nutshell, what our Plant Quarantine Act says.
Well, it says that to bring in import, so it speaks a lot of imports. To bring in the imports, you require a permit from the plant protection unit. Well, the permit, like everything, is issued in the name of the minister, but we manage it on a daily basis. It gives the power to if you suspect a traveler or an importer has something that they haven't declared, to step in and investigate. You can also have fines under the act for not declaring stuff. Then it gives with proper procedure to enter properties and manage pests that are determined as notifiable pests. So there's a difference. So our department should really be enacting more notifiable pests regulations. So for example, a few pests are notifiable pests on the books still, like Moko disease, love vine, which is a parasitic weed, is a notifiable pest. So if a property owner is failing to manage those pests, we can issue them the order that they will. And if they still fail, then you can still move in and have it managed at their expense.
What if knowingly one person, or in this case, let's say a farmer, knowingly moves a pest or a disease from his holding to another farmer's holding? What happens then, or what could happen then?
Well, as I say, if we issue the notifiable pest regulation, so that won't work for any pest, because under that regulation, you need to state that once it's declared that, or some people might call it specified pest, you have the owner of the property must take whatever measures are prescribed by the plant quarantine unit, or given permission to take those measures. So if somebody directly moves a pest, it's a regular pest, it's here already, there is no official control for it going on. Now, that would, to me, would be considered, sabotage, or there might be some other legal word. And I think, I'm not sure about the other laws. All laws don't really speak directly towards that one. So I cannot give a definite answer, but it's like a willful act of sabotage, I guess, can be prosecuted under some other regulation, once it can be proven.
How does your department deal with, or is it the responsibility of your department to deal with pests that may be imported via meat? Not animals, but meat. Do you deal with that, or is it dealt with by another department?
Well, meat and meat products, so these are handled by the Veterinary and Livestock Department. So, but once it's related to animals, if the pest is related to plants, I mean, I'm not sure. I'm thinking a plant pest that might come on meat. You'll have to stretch your imagination. But remember, plant pests and disease can come in on anything. And sometimes we only focus that it can come in on plant material. But pests, and especially those that are likely to be what we call invasive. So another category of pests can be invasives. So they mightn't be directly affecting the plant. They might just be a nuisance. But they can hamper the growth of plants, you know. So we're talking about things like snails and so on. Other arthropods that may just hitchhike on a container or come in on some other article other than plants. You know, so sometimes persons move, like people may be moving location, they reside in wherever, out of Grenada. Let's say the UK, for example, and they may want to be coming back home with just about what they already have in the house. So they might want to pick up the flower pots and everything. But if it's not cleaned properly, you know, you can have all other little spiders and whatever just hooking up onto it. Or used tires is another case that is also a risk or a pathway that can bring in organisms that can be harmful to our environment.
So in essence, I'm getting the feeling now, Thaddeus, that your department is not necessarily responsible for what comes in on the tires, not responsible for what comes in on the meat. Is that it? No,
well, things evolve. So sometimes you need to step in with certain articles if you deem that it's a threat. So for example, tires, we are not so to speak in terms of the paperwork for tires coming in. So we don't sign off on tires coming into the country. So customs will inspect and do their charges. The Bureau of Standards will regulate based on quality in terms of, you know, ply and whatever.
Yeah.
But new tires is not an issue for us, but used tires, because remember they would have run on the road already. So if they're not properly clean and they have soil, so soil is regulated by our department.
So once the soil is noticed, are you telling me that once the soil is noticed by the customs or by Bureau of Standards, then they will call you?
Right. So, and then we could make a determination as to whether to allow, whether it's minimum enough to allow basic cleaning. You know, you can take certain actions at that point. Yeah.
Say the importation of plant pests brought into this island. What are some of the guidelines that you have in place that deals with that plant pest being brought into the island?
Well, if it's a new pest, and well, pests can come in because although we do inspections, you know, based on how detailed you do it or so on, they will come in, and we have had, you know, cases of pests coming in over the years. And even right now, we are looking at a scale insect that we think would have come in within the last year or probably just over a year. And it would have most likely come in on an imported plant. So once it is if it's detected at the port of entry, you know, we can order rejection of the consignment. So small quantities we can easily destroy. If it's a very large quantity, you can ask it to be re-exported.
And by re-exported, what do you mean, sir?
You can send it back to the country of origin. So you can reject or refuse entry.
Mm-hmm.
So you won't allow it to be processed for clearance by customs and so on.
But in a situation like this, somebody has to pay for the re-exportation. Is that a charge on the government, or is it a charge on the importer?
On the importer.
On the importer. What if the importer decides, look, I am not going to do this? What happens then?
It can be destroyed again, the destruction should also be at the cost of the importer. So sometimes the importer need to make a decision which is cheaper.
So something is going to be destroyed and say, oh my God, well. That one is pretty interesting. You're going to destroy it and you're going to put the cost on me. And that brings me to Thaddeus, to something that I saw a very, very long time ago while being a security officer at the Morris Bishop was then Point Saline International Airport. A lady came in from, was it St. Vincent or Barbados, with some citrus, limes to be exact. And the pest management officer at the airport was there. And I think you guys still have one there every day, every flight, yeah?
Yes.
Right. So the pest management officer who was there indicated to the lady that she could not import the citrus into the country because of what was the problem. I don't know. And that it would have to be destroyed. And he was about to go with it, and she snatched it from him and threw them all on the floor, and she played carnival. She jumped up on them like if he's on the beach, she jumping up like sand, and she smashed them up, and then it was left up to the cleaners to clean the floor. She didn't have to pay for that.
No, well, travelers, it's a different there's a quote unquote category. Sometimes we are sort of lenient with regards, but that sort of scenario should have or could have led to a fine or something like that. In some countries, a lot of countries, you will be fined. In some countries, even without going to that extent, and you did not declare, you will be fined just for not declaring the items. So if it's confiscated, whether wrongly or rightly so, once it's confiscated, the person no longer, quote unquote, has right to the item. It becomes the property of legally under the unit to take necessary actions. Of course, you have options to give them. So based on your explanation as to this, so many people don't understand, and they don't, if they don't get a proper explanation as to why you are not allowed the item, you can get angry. And I've seen a lot of cases where travelers will get angry.
All right, somebody's asking a question here, but the person is based in London. I'm trying to get a feel whether or not that question is, as they say, a foreign-based question, meaning is it happening to them in London? But so let me go back to a number of other questions that I have here for you, Thaddeus. And this one says here, what are some of the common pests that you would find in Grenada, like in your, let's say the little plot that you have, or the little domestic garden that you're caring for? What are some of the common pests that you expect to find in those areas?
Okay, so I'll just refer to general pests like you have white flies on vegetables. So if you grow in a backyard garden, you can have white flies on your things like tomatoes, melange, cabbages, beans. If you can have something called thrips. They're very fine. It's hard to see, but they do a lot of scarring. So the leaves get brown and discolored, and the fruits get all these scars. So if you have peppers, for example, salad peppers, you may see a little scar, brown scar coming down on the side. You know you have thrips. Or if you're growing the vine crops like the watermelons, you see the growing tips getting brown and stunted, you know that you have some sort of thrips. You have aphids that can be at the back of leaves. For now, we have the rain season started. If you have citrus and so on, sending out new leaves, you'll see this little colored green, dark green, black at the tips, or even at the back of your dashing leaves, your callaloo leaves. You have a lot of aphids there. So these are a few of the regular ones that you're most likely to find. Or there is something called mites, which again you cannot see easily unless you have some magnifiers. and they will be on things like peppers and tomatoes and so on. So these are the very common ones in the vegetable gardens. And you will have leaf spotting caused wilting of plants caused by various fungal and bacterial infections.
And what do you recommend folks do in what you'll call these like common pests? What if they're found? You find these things, as you say, under your dashing bush, callaloo leaves, whatever. What should you do?
Okay, well, one, you observe once you see it starting. So most of the insects I mentioned, they are easily managed with what we call oil sprays. So it's organic. There's one called, well, I'll call it golden pest spray oil. I don't like to always call too much brand names, but golden pest spray oil, or generally horticultural oils. They will easily manage those in the garden, so you don't have to worry about pesticides. Oil treatment in, a little bottled water. Soap sprays also help in some situations. It helps a lot with the aphids. You can do trapping. It's always good to have some yellow traps, yellow sticky traps, so you can paint a small piece of board, 1 foot square, paint it yellow, and paste. Well, you can use Vaseline. The only thing with Vaseline, it runs very easily in the hot sun, so you have to replace it sort of regular. But the insects, a lot of insects are like whiteflies and thrips. They are attracted to colored stuff, so they will come and just get stuck. So you can put up those in your garden even before your crops has grown, even at planting. There are a lot of natural products. Lemongrass is a good repellent, but you'll have to agitate it in the field. Some people just plant it and have it there, but for example, after you're done work in the afternoon, you can just cut a few or just take a stick and beat up the lemongrass bush and raise the scent. It will help repel quite a bit of insects. Garlic, pepper sprays are all neem. I just forgot to mention a name one. Neem is a main insecticide, and you get it manufactured and sold commercially. Under various names. You can use neem. It's a repellent. It's an anti-feedant, and it has about 4 or 5 properties.
But as you mentioned neem, and then we have quite a few neem trees in Grenada at different locations across the island. Couldn't the farmer, instead of purchasing that which is made into a final product, are there local ways of using the trees, the branches, the leaves of the trees, sorry? Do you know?
Yes, you can. Well, the seeds, you tend to get quite a bit from the seeds, so you can crush them and soak them, probably overnight, and spray them on. The thing with those that are not manufactured, they will probably disintegrate or break down in light much quicker than the because when you manufacture, they use all different stabilizers and whatever to hold the product longer. But you can use it. There is something called neem cake. I can't remember the formulation of my head now, but again, it's made from crushing and grinding and making a paste, and then you can just dust it around your plants. The seeds, the leaves can be used too. You can use it as mulch, and so on in your field. So all this would help. Same like lemongrass, you can use it as a mulch and help repel some insects that.
JD has a question for you, but let me stick this one in before he comes to this question. As you speak about pests that are found locally and how to deal with them, if I'm doing a bit of agriculture and I see something that I'm not familiar with, but I see it is having an effect on my plant, can I take a picture, send it in to you guys, and what will be the turnaround time in terms of a response?
Right. So you're talking about diagnostics, and you're talking of field diagnostics. So a photo is good once it's taken, with good clarity, and sometimes you may need to take more than one angles. If it's something very familiar, we can easily, within a couple of hours, or let's say by the next day, we can send a response. Sometimes if it comes to me and I'm not sure, I can consult with another colleague. If you really don't know If it's something that we need to look at in the lab and try to do identification, in that area, I'm short staffed in terms of technical persons. So we will try our best. If it's a major issue that we need to send regionally, we also have that option by WhatsApp. We now have other links to send photo for photo IDs. One I mentioned Kabi earlier for you. They do that, and we have a WhatsApp group. Although these days we don't use it as much, but once we have situation like this, we can refer to them. And recently, the Caribbean plant, one of our regional agencies, CPHD, we have forged a link with University of Florida to assist with PT identification services like these.
Okay.
Although the focus was mainly for quarantine pests, but we can always put in some of the local pests. It wouldn't be a problem.
All right, we have a question coming in here, but let's go to JD first, and he will give you his question. JD?
Yeah, just to add, Mr. Peters, to add to your list, you could use the French marigold. It could be a good one.
Yes, marigold is a good.
Especially the French one, the French marigold.
Well, yeah, there's a specific one. We haven't worked on a lot of those natural, but marigold will help with nematode management.
Nematodes, okay.
Nematodes in the soil that affects the roots. Nematodes will help with, marigold will help with nematode management.
And with the leaf, you could crush it and soak it and spray to the plants?
Yes, you can. For the soil, with the nematodes specifically, you need to get it into the soil because the nematodes remain in the soil. So you will need to administer it, either incorporate it, plow it in, or if you crush it and grind it, you can just dust it at the top of the soil.
Okay. Your location, where are you located?
My unit?
Yes.
We're in the Botanic Gardens, but we are not at the ministerial complex. We are seated between the GSPCA and the Ministry of Education.
Okay.
We are virtually hidden in plain sight.
Right.
Yeah.
Concern about seeds importation and chemicals, is that pass through your ministry?
Yes, true. So the seeds importation is directly related to my department. So when we talked about the import permit earlier, we did it. It's a planting material, so it needs an import permit, and we also do inspection. Well, inspection of seeds is generally difficult, but we like them to come in under certain conditions. Most seeds in trade, you like to have it treated with some fungicide because seeds are likely to spread bacteria or fungal disease if they are not treated properly. So I know we have a lot of organic growers, or more people wanting to have organic stuff, and when you say, well, you should have it treated with a fungicide, then there is resistance because they are into organic. Well, so that's one of the challenges we have right now. There is heat treatment as an alternative to fungicide treatment. And by now, one of the challenges again with that is also the small importers, because you have a mushrooming of private persons or persons importing seeds just for their own personal use. So it's very small batches, 10 packets of this, that, and the other. And the challenge with that, companies out of the outside won't really heat treat a batch of 10 little packets of seeds for you. If you are a major commercial importer and that's what you request, then they will accommodate. So that's one of the challenges, but we have been seeing, and not just Grenada. I remember one of my colleagues across the region was asking the same question. Just a mushrooming of small, and meeting the requirement is a challenge. All the requirements.
Because I think you have to get a license from the supplier too if you have to bring in seeds from the supplier.
Well, I'm not sure if they go through that. When you say the supplier from here in Grenada?
No, the person abroad that shipping the seeds to you? Do you have to get a permit, like a
Well,
license?
we sometimes a phytosanitary certificate is requested to ensure that the seeds come from like a reputable company, and if we recommend a fungicide treatment, that it was done. Some countries do. Some countries, the process of getting the phytosanitary certificate is also challenging. But these are some of the requirements that we do ask for.
Is it for like every shipment? You have to get that
Yes.
Every shipment.
Yes.
But what if the company?
Well, for seeds, because we are issuing the permits in Asikoda, you can have it for more than one, but based on how you do the application. So if you know you're going to be bringing in 4 or 5 items on a regular basis, you can apply for a large quantity to cover the items. And if you request that the permit be valued 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, we can accommodate that. So the next time you come in, you don't need to come back for the same permit. It's in the system.
But what
so
if
that can be arranged based on how you import? Yes.
But what if somebody's already bringing in seeds from a company, another person wants to bring in for the same company? You have to go through the same process?
Yes. Okay. For all shipments, because each I'm just moving a bit to get some power back on. Each item, each shipment could be different. The conditions could change.
Right, that's it from me, from my part now.
All right.
Okay, there was before Mr. Donald come back, you asked about pesticides. Pesticides is regulated by the Pesticide Control Board, but it's within the Ministry of Agriculture. So it's issued actually up at the main Ministry of Agriculture, but the board is made up of stakeholders. So my unit, I'm the rep. The rep from the Extension Division, the Agronomy Division, the Produce Chemist Lab, the Environmental Health Division, the Chief Medical Officer, and there are normally, I think, 2 private rep, like a farmer or somebody from industry, some chemist, retired person who can. So that's normally the members of the board, but the permits are issued from within the Ministry of Agriculture.
Thank you.
It's Reed. It's 91.9, 91.5, www.drealfmgrenada.com. I sent you a picture, Mr. Peters. Can you check your phone and see if you, because someone just sent it to me. Can you check your phone quickly?
Okay, I'll just check it 1 minute.
Yeah, so while Mr. Peters checks his phone there, to let you know that our good friend has just how did they say, Elvis has just arrived. Elvis has just arrived. Let me give you a quick view of Elvis. There he is. See, that's Elvis right there. Hold on. Right, that's Elvis right there. He's just arrived. So we can go back to Mr. Peters because I think he has come back. You there, Peters?
Okay. Yeah, I'm seeing a citrus fruit.
That's a mango, actually.
A mango?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
That's a mango. The person said it's a mango. And
okay, so it has a number of it has blight or sooty mold. And I'm seeing a little spot, 2 spots at the top. And if this person is from, I would hope if he's from St. George's.
Yes, the person is in St. George's.
Right. So I think they have, I just mentioned to you a while ago, we were looking at a pest that we would have come in about a year or so. We've been following for about 8-9 months. So it's a scale insect. It's called the croton scale. And it's one of the, it causes a lot of blight. Let me just use the local term. It causes a lot of blight. And it attacks croton, mangoes, soursop, plums, and there may be 1 or 2 other fruits or related species.
You know something? I tell you that. Even before you say anything else, Mr. Peters, I tell you this. I give you your props. Because there's a bit of information that I did not give you, and you've made statements that lead me to believe that, hold on, this man, Peters, knows exactly what he's talking about. Because the person is saying that they believe that it came from a sauce-up tree across the road from them. And then you just mentioned that it is something that is synonymous with sauce-up. So it means at least, Peters, you can collect your money this month, collect your pay this month. You have no problems with that. And as a matter of fact, you'll get the 4%.
It comes that easy.
It comes that easy. All we have to do is do our work. Just do your work and you can get it. That's what it's all about. It's not about not doing your work. But back to it. The person is saying that it looks like it came from a sauce-up, and you're saying that this thing is synonymous with sauce-up, yeah?
Yeah, well, I should say it's affecting sauce-up in some of the areas in the south, sort of heavily. We have been doing some treatments on a couple of the farms. We may not have checked every backyard. Persons do call in, and we do respond when they do call. The other part of it is that it's also controlled by ladybird beetles. But the thing is, the lady beetles are very low in numbers, and I've been trying to make efforts to get some imported, but there is no challenge in terms of
COVID.
No, well, not really. It could be more airline transport. The fast courier services don't take these type of cargo live organisms on board. And the other services, I will really have to work out to ensure that they can get it here in a matter of 2 days, because beyond 2 days they can suffer in transit and perish.
Oh, okay.
But we are seeing well, in fact, up to 2 days ago, it actually moved into Birch Grove, so I would have picked up a spot in Birch Grove. But the good part about it, there were a lot of ladybird beetle feeding on a croton. A small croton hedge that I would have seen it on. So sometimes you have to make a decision. The ladybird beetles are feeding. Should I spray or leave the lady? They'll walk a bit slow.
Mm-hmm.
So my approach is try and collect the lady beetles that are there and spread it to other locations and still do a final treatment, because I don't want it to kind of take a hold of the main agricultural areas. It will be a challenge. It can be managed, but it will take pesticide application and so on. It's very similar to mealybugs. Actually, mealybug is a type of scale insect, basically, and they lend themselves to feeding by lady beetles and wasps. So the lady beetle that we used in the 90s against the pink hibiscus mealybug is one of the exact one that is now reappearing and starting to feed on the croton scale.
What would have caused the croton scale?
Well, it's to really speak the truth, when I did the research, it's the species, I just can't remember the scientific name right now, but not that it cares much. It was described in the U.S., Florida state to be exact, in 2008. In fact, and when they identified it, they described it as a new type of scale to science, meaning that no time before, nobody had described that species. And it has since spread down the island chain. And I know about 3 countries coming down the chain has had it. So Grenada is about the 4th or 5th country between then and now that would have, with this insect would have been introduced.
How would it have been imported?
Well, I think it came in on a plant. I cannot say exactly what shipment, because I would think probably if we had picked it up, we would have known and destroyed that shipment. So it would have slipped through on a plant. Because we started seeing it in the River Road, Bolio Lamode area around July, August last year. Yeah.
So it's a pest that has been here for the past year, so almost a year now. and it would have come in on a plant, then the other thing we can draw to conclude here is there is a need, Peters, for citizens to be more aware of what they're traveling with, where they're coming from, and of course, indicating to the planned quarantine officer when they get to their port of entry that, hey, I have this. Can you check this? Is that what is that what we're coming to?
Yes. Yeah, because quarantine itself, and this has been a weakness in our system over the years. I will admit to it that the public relation or the PR, because quarantine needs a lot of information if the general public needs to be aware. So this is an area that really we at the Ministry of Agriculture needs to be more modernized with regards to getting the information out, in a targeted way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Here's a question. Somebody saying here, I have a hibiscus plant that gets clear sticky sap on the leaves. I use soapy water to spray. It works for a while and then it comes back. I used neem oil a few days ago. Will that kill the mite, or do I have to keep spraying or change the soil, understanding that it is an indoor plant?
Okay, well, with indoor plants, you can have pests if you're able to give it a little sunshine periodically. Probably get it to the front wherever you can, and you can treat it. The neem is good. If you can get an oil spray added to it, any horticultural oil. Some people sometimes we recommend homemade oil, but the thing is oil and water don't mix. So I would recommend that you get the golden pest spray oil from the garden shops and add it to the mix. And what you might need to do is to do a treatment probably over 3 weeks, treat it around 2 or 3 times.
How?
Because how
often?
To spray at the back of the leaves. Yeah.
Or the back of the leaves.
Yeah, most of them will be there at the back. So sometimes you do the treatment and we just tend to spray only at the top, and you may miss a few at the back, and these will start. So you see an ease up, but then they will start reproducing again, and then you see it returning.
Okay, here's another one, and this one is a common interest in this one. You love this, yeah? Here's someone asking a question about a mango tree for a friend, and that friend is based in Grenada, and the person asking the question is in England. So you understand what technology does here, Thaddeus?
Yes.
It says here, morning guys, for the gentleman, my friend have a mango tree in their yard, and whenever it starts to produce, the fruit gets all black spots and they drop off. The fruit never gets to the stage where it can ripen.
Okay, well, spots could mean a couple things, but with mangoes, I was zeroing on something called anthracnose, especially if it's mangoes like Ceylon and peach. And there are a few varieties that are very susceptible to anthracnose. Anthracnose is a fungal disease, and it's always on the leaves, flowers, and eventually it attacks the fruit. So once the fruit start developing, the spots start appearing, and you can have abortion.
Go ahead.
Yes, so that was to say what it is. If I should quickly add, in terms of treatment, anthracnose, they don't like wetness, so you need to, prune the trees. I'll tell you something, in Grenada, we don't prune trees a lot, and mangoes is one that we plant and it just grow and grow and grow.
The person says it's a Tunjuli tree, eh? What they call Tunjuli.
A Tunjuli?
Yeah.
Okay. I haven't heard that name in a while.
Julie.
Yeah. Here's what. Oh, what was that golden thing again? The person I don't remember.
Yes.
Some golden what?
Golden Pest Spray Oil.
Golden Pest Spray Oil. Okay then. Well, yeah. So I can send that message back to the person because they're asking golden what? Okay,
Yes.
golden
So,
pest.
for anthracnose, you need to create little windows coming through the light coming through the tree. Remove some of the lower branches and say good morning. My little daughter is here with me. And then you can do some treatment if it really doesn't cure. And don't let the tree be too crowded. If there are lots of other tree cluster in it, you need to give it a little space and light for airflow.
Okay, Brother Peters, as you said, your daughter has made her presence felt, and sometimes that's when they need a bit of attention. And I don't want anybody to say that Real FM does not allow parents to interact with their children. So I'm going to say goodbye to you. God bless you. Have a wonderful day.
Thanks. It was nice chatting this morning because I think the listeners and so on, they sent some good questions and some questions from the host.
Yeah.
Because to speak the truth, when they asked me to come on, I was, well, let's keep it general. I did want to talk of the Croton scale, and it came along during the process and so on. So anyway, it was nice being here, and I hope we can join or somebody from my unit can join sometime in the future.
Most definitely. We look forward to you again, Thaddeus. Take care of yourself. Have a blessed one, and may good Lord continue to bless you, my friend.
Thanks, and same to you.
Okay, bye-bye. Right, great. It's real. It's 91.9, 91.5, www.therealfmgrenada.com. Here's what, friends, we're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, more for you on your favorite radio station. That's Real 91.9, 91.5, www.therealfmgrenada.com. Catch us on Facebook and also YouTube.
You think of Grenville Cooperative Credit Union, what comes to mind? A reliable financial institution that has stood the test of time. Maybe you think about the convenience and quality financial service they provide. Do you think about their readiness to help you retire, achieve your academic goals, build your dream home, buy the piece of land or the elegant car? Or maybe the convenience of their different locations, Jubilee Street in Grenville or the new outlet on Lucas Street in St. George's in the Derek Sylvester building. Maybe you always consider how they're always a phone call away, 442-8602 or 438-828. They're also online, www.grenvillecreditunion.com. No matter what comes to mind, remember, Grenville Cooperative Credit Union is the best place to save and to borrow, working with you to make your brighter tomorrow.
There comes a time in every household when a loved one passes on, and we all need the support and guidance of a trusted friend. Lacroix Brothers Funeral Home has been your dedicated friend. And now, for your convenience and added financial ease, we introduce specially designed complete funeral packages from as low as $5,500. Same professional quality services, but now greater choices at the lowest possible prices. As you prepare to enter your loved one into eternal rest, visit Lacroix Brothers Funeral Home and select a package that brings added comfort to the entire family. Conditions apply. Serving you from locations in St. George's, Grenville, and Carriacou. Call us at 440-2302 any time of day. Lacroix Brothers Funeral Home, continuing a tradition of excellence.
M&M Hardware Limited, Hope St. Andrew and Dusty Highway St. George. Shop conveniently for all your building materials including plumbing, electrical, lumber, cement, steel and much more. We manufacture roofing sheets available in 11 colors, aluminum windows, doors, insect screens and hurricane shutters. Installation services are available for all our manufactured products. Our opening hours are Monday to Friday 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., Saturdays 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. M&M Hardware Limited. Come on in and experience our affordable possible prices or call us 444-6757 or 440-6757 Dusty Highway. Email us at info@mahonhardware.com or mnmdusty@mahonhardware.com. M&M Hardware, foundation to roof. Let's build together.
The first word when you speak about furniture is classic. Yes, at Classic Furniture, they design and make the best in local furniture. All their products are made from the finest local wood available on island. You think it, they design it and make it to your expectations. The highest standards at the best possible price, and they also provide higher purchase for you, their valued customers. Located on Ben Jones Street in Grenville, with their factory at Chantimel in St. Patrick. That's where you need to visit when looking for products made of the finest local wood. They deliver and install items at no extra cost. Your satisfaction is their mission. The extra step is taken to ensure their customers are completely satisfied. They do doors and finished kitchens, supplies mattresses, and restores antique pieces to look like the first day they were made. Hey, give us a call on 442-4645 and 442-9726. Classic Furniture, Grenada's homegrown furniture producers.
St. Mark, the COVID-19 vaccination caravan is coming to you. Yes, you're invited to a vaccination information forum on Thursday, May 13th at 6 p.m. at Bonaire Government School. So come, get your questions answered, and remember to join your MP, the Honorable Clarice Modest Cowan, on Friday, May 14th at 1 p.m. at the Victoria Medical Station, where we will be hosting a special vaccination pop-up clinic. Walk with your ID and get your COVID-19 vaccine together with your MP, who will be taking her second shot of the vaccine at that time. Show up in your numbers and be counted. Let's show that St. Mark will do its part to protect each other and our beloved country from the deadly coronavirus. For more information, visit the St. Mark's constituency office at the Victoria Medical Station. St. Mark, let's get vaxxed. It's your best shot.
Now more than ever, Flow is working hard to keep you connected to the things that matter most. Your family, your work, and your favorite entertainment. We are also providing Flow Study free of charge so students can stay connected and up to date with their schoolwork. And because your safety is our highest priority, you can manage your account from the safety of your own home through the MyFlow app. We are here for you, keeping you connected.
How going on, boy? Hey, good, old things. Hey, easy. Yeah. Boy, in line, boy. Your house looking a real good day. Boy, it's thanks to the hard-working and professional staff at the Housing Authority of Grenada. They handled me real nice. They did my plan, they did the construction, and I didn't even have to worry about a thing. They were there with me every step of the way, supervising the job, asking me about my concerns, giving me feedback as the house took shape. They were there from start to finish, and even put the keys in the palm of my hand. I give them an A++ for customer service. Oh, it's people from housing bad, boy. Boy, not bad. Excellent. If you're thinking about constructing your home, why not consult the Housing Authority of Grenada? You could visit them right down in the Sandino complex, or give them a call, 440-1015 or 440-1016. Or check out their website, hag473.com. They go handle you. They go jog your blocks, they go draw your plan, they go tote your materials. Hey man, where you going? The Housing Authority of Grenada is your choice for affordable housing and a stress-free construction experience.
I'm Shadell Naya Compton of Belmont Estate, and I've worked in the tourism industry in Grenada for 20 years, and I just love what I do. When COVID-19 halted business and I had to close my doors, it was so painful. Loss of income, loss of guests, loss of staff. Today, there's light again because of the COVID-19 vaccine. I listened to the scientists and to my trusted friends in the medical profession. I took the vaccine to get back to work and back to life. And because I care for myself and for each of you, I am only one. But together, we can get there.
Yes, agriculture is the number one. Number one, yes, the number one. Oh yes, Why you disown agriculture? I'm talking to the youths of this nation and those wicked politicians, like they want to structure the plan. Well, from to the revolution, agriculture was on top. Man Jack and didn't do too bad. After that, you know the whole thing flop. Why? Everybody want to sit down in computer, and they forget agriculture. Oh yes.
It is the realest 91.9, 91.5, www.therealfmgrenada.com. Andrew Donald together with JD, and of course, the king has arrived. BJ, good morning. How you doing, bro?
Andrew,
everything good?
Morning to JD, morning to the listening public.
BJ.
Everything is okay, Andrew.
How
we say, everything is everything?
This is no, it's not a pumpkin. Come on, guess. Come on. No, it's not a sauce up. You don't see sauce up get ripe like that. Come on. Oh yes, it's a popper. Where'd I get this? I got this from BJ. One. Only showing you one. Next thing you will want to come for. This is a thingy. A banana. Yeah? Banana? Right. So I have banana and I have sauce up? No. Pumpkin? No. Papa? Yes. Right, good. So that's my breakfast tomorrow morning at least. So I got that's covered. And then a good friend of mine brought me a sauce up this morning.
Oh, that's good.
He brought one for me yesterday and then brought one for me this morning. That's good.
Actually,
guy.
have a bit now.
You have sauce up now? Oh, okay.
Have a few ripe ones home. I didn't want to travel it because scary that it was going to be
thingy. I don't like to. I don't like to collect them ripe. I like to collect them like in a full sort of state, and because they're not nice to travel it right.
Just break up.
Yeah, and then you have to deal with it immediately as you get, and then you don't have the time sometimes immediately.
Exactly.
So I prefer to get them
half ripe
or full, and then I put them there so I can deal with them as the time comes.
Make time to deal with them.
Yeah. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Mr. Andre and Mr. BJ and Mr. whoever.
Mm-hmm.
I have a very nice sauce up, but there is a black hole in the bottom. Can I still eat it?
A hole in terms of, can you see the white pulp?
Pardon?
Can you see the pulp? Or is
no,
just
I cannot.
I guess you can consume it.
You could.
Okay.
What will happen is that sometime during the small stage, the developing stage of the sauce up, you can get things like millipedes, congeries, and you can get things like lizards.
Yeah.
They will just create a small hole. Sometimes they get hungry, and then that hole will heal up itself. In fact, some of the exporters still take those and tend to export them.
Oh, okay.
Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.
Right. So
once they're not seeing the seeds, Andrew, they tend to export them, even though they have a small bruise or a scar on the outside cover.
Yeah,
in the skin.
only stage the insects would probably attack it, and then it heals, as you said, it heals itself, and it's good to go.
It's good to go.
Yeah.
All right. And the brown, sometimes they have this brown area. What causes that? On the same sauce up.
Brown.
Like you on the outside, that's.
You can have like say you have fungal growth and stuff on the skin. Like you have some people. How do they call this thing again? Loater.
Oh God!
And you have, nothing really, you just have a skin disease, and you tend to coexist with that, and you don't bother with it too much and whatever. Sometimes you don't change the taste or anything of the sour soup, but just the appearance. You don't make it look, very appetizing. But I don't think anything generally
is wrong with
the
it.
sour soup.
Because plants like human beings, because Mr. Peter said, you use a word there when you said about.
Abort, yeah, I'm like, abortion?
Yes, plants abort. They do.
Yeah. All right, JD, I know you, I'm zeroing in on you now, and there's a reason why this morning. I want to be brought up to speed with that project that you have close to your home. Where are you at with it now? That, what you call it? Aquaponics, is it?
Hydro.
No? Hydroponics.
Same thing.
Okay, yeah. Where are you at with that?
Where I am at with that, Andre, probably you should come in sometime and do the program over there.
That'd be great.
Yeah, so we could basically update people on this. Although I'm particularly interested in having a lot of people visiting there at the same time. Andrew, where we're at now is that we are in the process of filling some of the parts, the Dutch parts, the buckets, with gravel, small stones, so we can actually put the plants in those parts and start growing them.
What plants are you going to be putting there? Marijuana?
When the license is given.
Okay.
In the meantime, we'll put some tomatoes and some strawberry and some peppers, some watermelon, cantaloupes. And we're expanding. We in the process of doing 7 acres.
Close to your home there?
Yeah,
right there?
Right there.
Okay.
We just probably into the 2nd acre.
Okay.
So there is a lot of work still to be done. But the system is totally automated. Nobody has to be there or have to be there. And, it's in the making. It's a work in the making. We also have to fence around the area because of loose animals and stuff. You don't want to come damage up what is growing there. So it's a lot of work. But when it's finished, it will be awesome.
When it's finished, do you intend to, or is there a possibility that you can work along with government, BJ, so as to make your farm, which is going to be like a model, available for hands-on work, if I can call it that, with students who are into agriculture?
Yes, Andrew. Once the carrying capacity is manageable, we don't have problems. People coming and watch what we're doing, and training people to produce food, using that method. We don't have a problem with that, none at all. In fact, that's the reason why we are doing it. The government has been very, very, very helpful, Andre, in terms of concession, in terms of, ensuring that, whenever we want something, sometimes it's emergency, and they tend to assist us. Both Mr. You have people like Mr. Peters this morning.
Yeah, Thaddeus.
Yeah. Sometimes we tend to, or we want to bring in plants that, so for example, strawberry. And we would have to go through great length, trying to ensure that we do all the necessary treatments and, before it get here and get the phytosanitary certificates and, those kind of things. In recent time, we even wanted to bring in some coconut, some dwarf coconut. We were stopped by Mr. Peters.
You're stopped?
I said, Richard, no, you're unable to do that.
Where were they coming from?
We were getting those coconuts from Guyana.
And what, is there a disease?
Yeah, there is a disease over there that frightened. So in recent time, we got some from someone in Grenada. In Redgate, we got 250 plants.
Okay.
So we will be putting, in fact, we started planting those already. We're looking for another 250, 500 trees, maybe give you what? 4 acres, 5 acres, yeah. And we are expanding. We are in the process of planting up. Andre, both our farm at the lakeside and around my home, we want to set them up as models. So young people can see that there are monies to be made, and farming can be attractive, and farming can be sexy, and farming can be beautiful, and farming can empower you, and farming can look after you.
I was looking at something not very long ago. I think it had to be something on social media, and there was a young lady making some statements, and she was saying that, hey, what you put in, and what you allow in the United Nations, and what you allow in the World Health, the Food Organization, World, FAO, what you allowing these people to put as pictures in relation to agriculture is not the correct thing. Just saying that, look, Look at me. I am good looking. I'm sexy. I'm into agriculture. That's who you have to put. You can't put a man who look like he's struggling and you're dead. Whereas yes, it's a nice, clean, clear picture. But you can't put a man struggling like you're dead and he do have shoes in his foot. Do you understand? And you have a hole in his back and that's gonna kill him. You can't put that as a representation of agriculture. Nobody will want to get involved in that because nobody wants to be like that. But put me, she's saying, put me. Look at me, how sexy I am. And I am in agriculture. And BJ, that sort of hit home.
Yes, Andre. Sometimes, there are certain aspects of work that you're doing on your farm and you may get dirty.
Yeah.
But that shouldn't be the general pattern on your farm. Every day you go with a fork and a spade and a cutlass and you're really struggling and, expending your labor in a manner that, can be avoided. Andre, how I should put it? Farming reached the level now where you plow your land by using GPS and all those things. You can set your tractor and you get one furrow going from here to Trinidad in the same direction, same species, same size, and it's planted one time and it's covered at the same time. This is the stage we need to really, move with agriculture, at. However, some of our lands don't, lend itself to that mechanization. And we have to do things slightly different and make the adjustment. However, the days whereby people need to carry a fork and a spade on them back right through, and you come out in the garden and it's all looking like somebody that is broken up and stuff like that. No. You should probably come out on your farm and somebody should ask which office you're working in or where you came from, that kind of thing. You don't have to look dirty all the time like me, You don't have to.
Vijay, your hydro will be looking like this?
Much nicer than this.
And this?
Much nicer.
The man say much nicer than that? Yeah. Well, I agree with him. Much nicer than that. We'll be better than that.
JD, let me tell you what is inside there. So you can have a general picture. First, you have a tank that is below the level of where the plant's solution is coming from, so the water gets back into the tank by gravity. You have electric pump, which going to be using more or less clean energy to power the whole system. You have timers, which going to send messages to the pump that allows it to come on at the time you set it, whether it's for 5 minutes every 1 or 2 hours. You have automated solution that will be added to the generalized tank, whereby you have acid, you have micronutrients, you have macronutrients, and those will be taken up into the solution. Automatically it will be set, and a computer will trigger off the different pumps to pull the solution to add it into the main tank to send it to the plant, and so it will add acid in case the pH rises over the limit that you really want to. You also have coolers, something they call chillers, pumps that will be pumping the solution. When the solution goes up to the plant, it will pick up energy, will get hot because of the sun. And plants has nothing to do with hot water. So you want to be cooling that water, keeping it at a certain temperature. All right? So you have chillers also doing that. You also have something what we call, how I should put it. You also have some small pumps, some submersible pumps inside of the solution. And what that does, this constantly sending the solution to be tested, all right? And not just tested, all right? It will be adding something what we call ozone. So instead of this morning, Thaddeus was talking about the use of pesticides and whatever. We talked about pests for a long while this morning.
Yeah.
What we're going to be doing, JD, this ozone generator will producing ozone, and what it does, it cleans up the water of all microbial activity, like protozoa and that kind of thing, amoeba and those kind of thing. Even algae, that green stuff.
Yeah.
that can contaminate your water. all those will be cleaned up by just the production of ozone. But this has to be regulated because too much ozone can cause problem. And the ozone also add a lot of oxygen into the solution. So you get a whole oxygenated solution so the plants get everything that it wants. And it will grow twice as fast, the fruit will be twice as healthy, and it will taste, twice as
oxygen has a lot to do with
so it's a whole it's a real complicated operation. It's a high-tech operation, and the fact is that we have a lot of water here. We have limitless water. I don't want to say limitless, but we have a lot of water.
You mean in Grenada or
yeah,
on
in
your
Grenada,
farm?
in
Oh,
Grenada.
in your farm. Okay, in Grenada.
And we tend to just let it go to the sea. Some countries fight war over water. You check Israel and Syria and those places. They want to make sure that they have the Golan Heights pass right there. And we remember we want a piece out of it because, River Jordan didn't pass too far from that and a bag of foolishness. So
There's a question for you, BJ. It's coming from your good friend Barthway Atlanta. He's saying, for BJ, would you consider selling strawberry plants when they start to sprout?
Yes, we will, but we would have to expand first.
Okay. So I guess you got
We're actually not doing strawberry yet for fruits. We are doing it to get runners so we can get the plants. They actually make the plants. Andre is just like a vine, and you just make runners.
Yeah. So you make it runners and you
runners
cut,
and you just cut
vine.
it off. Yeah, like potato.
So it's not from a seed.
No.
Oh damn. Education. Okay. So.
Any more questions?
No more questions. That one kind of stunned me because I'm like strawberry.
It's like a vine.
It's a vine.
Yeah. Okay. And during dividing nude, they will send out like and they have this little root that grows there. You just cut it off. Here people grow strawberry just for plants. We buy plants in California every year.
And do you have a market here for strawberries?
Very much so. Strawberry very expensive. A little container like that, and they want to sell it for $25 and $30.
Yeah. Why is it so expensive?
Because it's difficult to grow, and then, that kind of thing. We don't grow it here.
Are you gonna have it that expensive?
No.
Okay.
Probably give it for free. Don't I give everything out for free? That's why I'm broke, Andre. Because I give away all my money and I give away all my crops.
How come I'm never there when you're giving away money?
I'll just bring some for you.
Oh, that?
Yeah. Could have sold this and get some money this morning.
Yeah.
Let me show you.
Let me show the viewers. See, that's it. He just brought me that this morning. See, that's my pawpaw.
Trying to keep you healthy.
Trying to keep me healthy. JD brought me my sauce up this morning, and I
there
think
we
it was
go.
beautiful. Yeah.
Consider yourself blessed. Only place that can happen is in Grenada.
But of course.
Nicest people, nicest country.
We only have 30 seconds, but I must say this. Are you paying attention to what's happening in St. Vincent?
With the unrest? Or
the unrest. Not the unrest in relation to the volcano. Forget
no,
that.
the unrest in relation to the people.
In relation to the people, in relation to the fact that they had asked the motion was tabled so as to ask the leader of the opposition to leave the house. And they didn't like that because they're saying that one of the senators pulled a gun on a man and shoot him or whatever and damage him or what, he's in hospital or whatever. And that senator was not asked to leave the house. So then we've seen uproars.
Sorry.
Well, the time we are living in now.
Yeah, uproar time.
You realize there are some desperate people around and people, on edge, and people need to step back a little bit, not just in St. Vincent, everywhere.
Here too.
I mean, Grenada,
step
back a little bit, watch, reassess things, look at ourselves internally, and say, hang on, something?
Yeah.
We probably need to get on our knees a little more and say, boy,
What's going on? Hold it there.
I happen to be listening to Parliament in Dominica, and I thought it was a war zone, The Speaker of the House had to take off mic, and I said, well, no, that don't happen in Grenada.
But that can't happen here.
No, I'm sure here in Canada, I said, no. Is that Parliament?
Well, it is
I couldn't believe that.
Some of these people are crazy. Nonetheless, guys, thank you so much for another wonderful Thursday morning. BJ, thanks for the fruits. And JD, what are you doing today?
Actually, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to probably go take a rest and then get back to resume some work this afternoon.
What are you doing this afternoon?
Maybe doing some cleaning up.
Oh, I visited the area yesterday where I have to get the the thing from the what you call it? The kale tree, not the kale, the teak trees.
The teak, the name?
No, teak.
Oh, the teak. Yeah.
But I need right now. I've gotten a guy who's going to cut for me.
The poles.
Who's going to cut for me? Yeah, the teak, because teak grows straight up, right? So I've gotten somebody who's going to cut for me. So I need now to get a truck. Because when the person cuts, because the trees are like, what, 30, 40 feet up.
Some huge trees.
Yeah, tall trees, very tall. So going to cut them in like 5 foot lengths. Yeah, not 5, sorry, more than 5, but 10 feet. 10 feet long. Going to cut them in 10, 15 feet based on the length. And then I'm going to have to get a truck to move it. But I want to prepare it first, so when the truck comes there, just a matter of just loading on and not having to waste too much time. And that I'll be using to BJ to construct my how you call it, my brancas.
Oh, okay. So it can be strong and last for a long time. Yeah, it makes sense because you don't want to put something on every month or so you have to replace it and stuff like that.
That's why I've not
you can
gone into
have
planting.
Almost have some semi-permanent beds.
Yeah, something like
Maybe
that.
like every 2-3 years you may have to just change the flooring.
So change the flooring, whatever, because the teak is never gonna rot.
Exactly.
So once I get that, then
teak wood, teak?
Yeah, teak. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Teak is very good. Yeah.
You have some teak up in your place. Well, up in your area.
My area.
Going up there. And as a matter of fact, it's the same person who planted it. Same person who planted the teak in Seamoon. In the back road in Seamoon. Same person who planted that. Same person who planted in going up to Peter.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Same person who planted.
Makes sense. I have a love for it.
Yeah.
And actually serving its purpose now.
Yeah. So I'm gonna get. I visited a friend yesterday and he showed me where, so I can cut when I go. So he says, "Here, you take out everything, all that you want, you take."
I think the guy from Carrick Coast, and he was doing like the boats, the mast for the boats. So you think, well, boat mast would have been something forever.
Well, I guess, yeah.
Well, not just that, Andrew, you see sometimes when you have a bed already made, it's always easy to pick up a few plants and stick up there. When you have some plants and you don't have a bed that is made, you'll have issues.
Yeah, so so that's why BJ, I've not been doing that kind of thing and just left it alone. And then as soon as I get it going again, build up stronger.
I agree with you. When you're doing something, do it good.
Yeah, if you
or else don't do it.
Yeah, don't do it at all.
My closing thing, as you make your bed, so you shall lie.
Don't eat your supper.
Bed fall, man fall.
BJ, hold on. I need a word or two before you go. This is real. This is 91.9. Stay tuned on news. That's next. It's 2 minutes late.
Informative, entertaining, and first. Every hour on the hour.
The latest news update from the Northern News Network. Details right after the break.
Who wants to save 30%? Everybody. Now more than ever, Flow understands the need to make your dollar stretch. Our new bundles can help you save 30% off your current bill. Plus, get a free speed upgrade on your in-home internet. Simply add your mobile to your current home services account and save 30%. It's easy. Sign up now and save. All on the most reliable fixed and mobile network on island. Visit a Flow store or call us at 1-800-804-2994 for more information. Flow, it only gets better. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back. Locally, Grenada is among 4 Caribbean countries that will be scaling up innovative protective cultivation systems to enhance the quality of vegetable products. These benefits will be derived from the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization FAO Innovative Protective Cultivation System project, which is being implemented by the Ministry of Agriculture. In the region, CARICOM Secretary General Dr. Carla Burnett says one of her first priorities will be to extend outreach of the 15-member regional integration grouping as well as implementation across member states. Burnett was named on Tuesday to replace Dominican-born diplomat Owen Larocque, who is ending 2 5-year terms in August. Around the globe, India's COVID-19 pandemic is spreading to its rural areas. Here are the details.
Umar Farouk sits on his mother's grave as it's being prepared. He's not yet ready to say goodbye. His story of mourning is one of thousands around the country every day. As India's streets empty because of localized lockdowns, burial grounds and crematoriums continue to work day and night. And in India's poorest states, Uttar Pradesh and Bihar, 100 bodies of suspected COVID-19 victims have been found floating in the Ganges River.
Our officials are at the scene and investigating. We are trying to find out where did these dead bodies come from, how did they get here, and their numbers.
With crematoriums around the country struggling to deal with a huge increase in bodies, residents of Ghazipur in Uttar Pradesh say they informed the local administration about a shortage of wood for cremations.
We told the administration that the dead are being thrown in the water because of a shortage of wood. Bodies from around 12 or 13 villages have been thrown in the water.
Bihar's government denies reports of wood shortages. It says it's carrying out post-mortems on the bodies to determine the causes of death. Elsewhere in India, patients are continuing to die because of oxygen shortages. 26 in the southern state of Goa.
Yesterday we had a requirement of 1,200 cylinders. We got only 400. There was interrupted oxygen supply from 2 a.m. to 6 a.m., which caused a lot of deaths.
Cases are increasing in southern India, where 18 people also died from oxygen shortages this week in the states of Andhra Pradesh and Telangana.
Despite the number of cases dropping in about half of India's states, including the worst affected regions of Maharashtra and Delhi, 1 in 5 people testing for COVID-19 gets a positive result. And that's because the virus has simply spread to other areas, most notably the 5 states where regional elections were held in April. Elizabeth Puranam, Al Jazeera, New Delhi.
And in sports, the Champions League final between Chelsea and Manchester City on the 29th of May will take place in Portugal with 6,000 fans from each club able to attend. The game has been moved from Turkey to the Portuguese city of Porto because of the coronavirus restrictions. That ends the latest news update. Thank you for listening.
Triple N. Informative, entertaining, and first. Every hour on the hour.
For over a decade, Grenlec has invested in renewable energy to stabilize prices and keep Grenada beautiful. In partnership with our customers, our renewable systems generate enough electricity to power more than 1,700 homes annually, reducing our nation's dependence on imported fuel. Our award for Best Distributed Generation Project is just one way our efforts have been recognized. To learn more, visit grenlec.com.
Ozone really gets it clean. Get with the Ozone family line of products. Ozone liquid laundry detergent. Perfect for your semi or fully automatic washing machines. Yet suitable for your hand wash. Soft on your hands. Ozone disinfectant cleaner. It's the most powerful disinfectant and cleaner with a long-lasting fresh scent. Tackles every job around the house or office. Ozone detergent powder and ultra soft fabric softener gets your clothes clean with a natural freshness. Keeps your colors bright. Choose from the wonderful scents, soft flower, ocean breeze, and the new aloe vera. Keep your kitchen sparkling clean with the Ozone dishwashing liquid, Ozone sponges, and cleaning cloth. Ozone toilet bowl cleaner removes lime scale and kills germs while giving your toilet a refreshing scent. Ozone really gets it clean. Marketed and distributed by Calico, Frequente St. George's, and are available at shops and supermarkets nationwide.
Now more than ever, Flow is working hard to keep you connected to the things that matter most. Your family, your work, and your favorite entertainment. We are also providing Flow Study free of charge so students can stay connected and up to date with their schoolwork. And because your safety is our highest priority, you can manage your account from the safety of your own home through the MyFlow app. We are here for you, keeping you connected.
When you think of Grenville Cooperative Credit Union, what comes to mind? A reliable financial institution that has stood the test of time. Maybe you think about the convenience and quality financial service they provide. Do you think about their readiness to help you retire, achieve your academic goals, build your dream home, buy the piece of land, or the elegant car? or maybe the convenience of their different locations, Jubilee Street in Grenville or the new outlet on Lucas Street in St. George's in the Derek Sylvester building. Maybe you always consider how they're always a phone call away, 442-8602 or 438-4228. They're also online, www.grenvillecreditunion.com. No matter what comes to mind, remember, Grenville Cooperative Credit Union is the best place to save and to borrow, working with you to make your brighter tomorrow.
Treat yourself from head to toe with A1 hair, skin, and beauty products from Sarah's Hair and Beauty Supply Store, located on Ben Jones Street in Grenville, close to the New Testament